Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the IWC Big Ingenieur chronograph reference 3784-05. You can see the stainless steel flyback chronograph and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see the watch lives up to its name. It is a big Ingenieur. When these were released in the mid-2000s, it was a take on the classic Gerald Genta Ingenieur SL or Jumbo Ingenieur of the late 70s, but again, designed to suit modern tastes in fit, finish, and proportion. Now the watch has a 45mm case. That would be across what's conventionally called the round of the case, not including the crown guard, or chronograph pushers. Reality is it's probably defined more by its thickness and lug-to-lug span. Now this one's 15mm thick, not excessive considering the double-stepped bezel and case flank. It's actually fairly easy to slide it underneath a dress cuff. The largest dimension, though, and the telling one, is 56.5mm across the wrist. Now, 9 times out of 10, that means on a wrist of my size, one would struggle to wear the watch, but as you can see, it actually fits perfectly, and a big reason for that is IWC's clever use of an underslung strap. When you look at the watch from this angle, you can see that the strap is actually countersunk into the side of the case, such that the pinpoint where the strap actually pivots and attaches is inboard of the outer extremity of the lug. So although the watch has that 56.5mm lug-to-lug span, it actually wears a lot closer to a 50mm lug-to-lug span, making it viable on wrists far smaller than mine, even down to perhaps 14.5, 15 centimeters, with security and style. And again, the strap comes straight down and curves around your wrist. So from an ergonomic standpoint, the Big Ingenieur wears nice and compact and comfortable. The case, with its clever strap system, is actually matched by a strap that's just as handsome. You can see that the strap is tapered and integrated such that it flows into the flank of the case. The original Jumbo Ingenieur, the Ingenieur SL of the 70s, was designed with an integrated bracelet, and IWC preserves that integrated aesthetic with a black monotone stitch alligator leather strap that swells to meet the flare of the lugs, so it looks all of a piece. Now on the bottom, it's cleverly lined with rubber, not calfskin. The rubber is just as supple as the more conventional calfskin, but the difference here is that this strap will last far longer, as the rubber resists the oil, moisture, heat, and grit that gets trapped underneath a strap during a hot day. Again, this one's designed for longevity and durability. The pin buckle is beautifully made, satin finished on its tops, faceted and polished on its facets. It's a handsome, easy, on-the-fly adjustment mechanism for a sports-themed watch. Now, the Big Ingenieur chronograph, as opposed to the current reference 3785, this is the 3784, has a few aesthetic distinctions. One of them is on the flank of the case by the chronograph pushers. The newer one has a little bit of a dog tooth built into the case flank. The newer one also has lugs that ride up onto the, or I should say, lug flares that ride up onto the hoods of the case. So if you can see this swelling that comes down to join the strap, it continues onto the hood of the case on the more recent reference. And the more recent reference has a different dial style with a sloped rehaut as opposed to this 60-second scale that lies flush with the dial. Moreover, it has more elaborate chapter rings on the sub-registers. It's just a slightly different aesthetic for a watch that is, in all respect, dimensionally and mechanically almost the same piece, but I do want to make the careful distinction between the current and Big Ingenieur reference that you see here. Now, the watch has all of the goodies you expect of a modern IWC, including an in-house caliber, reference 89361. It's a 68-hour bidirectional winding with Peloton winding system, flyback column wheel vertical clutch chronograph. Basically, all the sports watch goodies you expect, especially that fantastic flyback mechanism for resetting and restarting with a single button. All the capability, including the 120 meter or 12 ATM water resistance thanks to the screw-down crown. Additional goodies include a free-sprung balance for extra shock resistance, as well as a hacking system such that when you unscrew and pull the crown to extremity, you do stop the balance. It also features a quick set function for the date window at 6 o'clock, such that When you need to correct the date, you can do so quickly by cycling the crown in its second position. I'll also mention that the mono counter at 12 o'clock keeps the dial clean and symmetrical. The mono counter features both hours and chronograph minutes on a single dial, so you have chronograph seconds at center, hours and minutes at 12 o'clock. The dial remains very balanced and uncrowded as a result. You can see this handsome IWC Big Ingenieur chronograph, reference 378405, in stainless steel and purchase it on our website.